Montreal. Everybody talks about Vlad Guerrero Jr.'s skill and talent. But what about his flair for the dramatic? The son of former Expos great Vlad Guerrero, Vlad Jr., who was born in Montreal and spent much of his childhood hanging around Olympic Stadium, hammered a hanging slider from St. Louis Cardinals pitcher Jack Flaherty with 2 outs in the bottom of the ninth and deposited it into the stands in deep left center to lift the Toronto Blue Jays to a 1-0 victory over the Cards in Toronto's final game of the preseason. Afterwards, with 25,816 fans at the Olympic Stadium on their feet and screaming, Vlad Jr. came out of the dugout and tipped his cap to his hometown fans. "I felt like the whole world was rooting for me," said Vlad Jr. "These 2 days have been amazing for me. It's like a dream come true. Having that at bat and helping the team is something that I'm always going to remember. You couldn't script it any better. People would nt believe you. Like father likes an https://t.co/yorbo Toronto Blue Jays at Blue Jays March 28, 2018 Fans want Hernandez. Blue Jays GM Ross Atkins says he can't say enough about outfielder Teoscar Hernandez. He's been unbelievable, Atkins said prior to Tuesday night's preseason game at Olympic Stadium against the St. Louis Cardinals. Unbelievable as he may be, the one thing Atkins won't say about Hernandez is that he'll be named to the 25-man roster as the Jays head into the beginning of the regular on Thursday against the New York Yankees at the Rogers Center. Despite his eye-opening play last September in red-hot spring training, the 25-year-old will likely start the year at AAA Buffalo. And that has Jays supporters up in the arms. There's a growing sentiment that the Jays should find a way to keep Hernandez with the big team. The 4 outfielders that will begin with the Jays is basically set: Kevin Pillar in center, Randall Grichuk in right and Curtis Granderson and Steve Pearce platooning in left. Of all the positions on the field, the Jays seem to have the most organizational depth, at least at the high minor league level, in the outfield, starting with Hernandez. "Oh yeah, I think he's earned the right to make the team," Jays manager John Gibbons said. "He arguably had the best spring of anybody. And he was good last September. But I don't anticipate him being down for long. I would expect he is going to do something to help us." Hernandez, whom the Jays acquired last July from Houston for LHP Francisco Liriano, was called up last September and in 84 at-bats, had 8 home runs, many of the epic variety, 6 doubles and recorded 20 RBI. This spring, he hit .365 with a 1.104 OPS in 52 at-bats and 4 homers and also has 3 stolen bases. Pearce is also having a good spring, hitting .333 with a homer in 27 at-bats, but given his limited range in left, he may not be a better option than Hernandez. But Hernandez has options. Still, many fans would love to see Atkins orchestrate a trade to give the 6'2", 180-pounder, and Anthony Alford, when he's healthy, a chance to play every day at the major league level. That's not going to happen anytime soon. Gibbons thinks the platoon of Granderson and Pearce in left could be dynamite this. Pearce certainly proved last year that when he's healthy, his bat is a plus, and I'll tell you what, if Pearce gets to the ball, he's going to catch it, said Gibbons. He actually did a solid job there last year. Unfortunately for Pearce, every time he boots a ball in left, calls for Hernandez to be promoted will only intensify. Hernandez said he has heard the fans' support and is grateful. He made a great sliding catch off Adolis Garcia in the 9th in Tuesday's game. Round the diamond, Gibbons announced following Tuesday's game that if Gift Noper has made the big team, the roster will be announced Wednesday. Tuesday's game was delayed after the lights went out at the Olympic Stadium for about a half-hour pre-game. Former Buffalo Bisons announcer Ben Wagner has been officially announced as the new voice of the Jays on Sportsnet Radio. Dan Schulman will also work a collection of games while Mike Wilner will continue to host Blue Jays Talk. The announcement has to be a major disappointment for Wilner, who has been hoping to do more play-by-play work. Now he may not do any. Sportsnet treated Wilner rather shabbily during the auditioning process. He essentially had to sit back and be a team guy while the company auditioned the likes of Wagner, Scott Richmond and Rob Fye during spring training. Gibbons' daughter Jordan and her band The Barons will be playing on Saturday night at the Final Four in San Antonio at an event for the media. Gibbons is pleased with the way Simcoe, ONT, native John Axford performed in spring training and the fact that he earned a spot in the Jays bullpen. Gibbons has been saying all spring that it would be great to have another Canadian in the lineup. "I really feel that way. The more the merrier," he said. Axford threw 8 innings this spring, striking out 11 while posting a 1.13 ERA. His fastball hit 97 mph. Shortstop Troy Tulowitzki is scheduled to visit an ankle specialist on Wednesday, according to Sportsnet's Sheeta Vidi, to see what can be done about the boned Spurs game stuff, even though HES likely going to be shipped out to AAA to start the inner Buffalo Bison's rotation. RHP Joe Biagini put together arguably the best start of his preseason, going 5 innings against the St. Louis Cardinals, giving up 5 hits, no runs, walking 1 while striking out 6. Biagini will be called up when the Jays need a starter.